Hello everyone, welcome to Rockshire Gaming. My name is Eric. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of this behemoth of a box right here. This is Frosthaven from Cephalofair Games. This is from their Gloomhaven Grand Festival backer kit crowdfunding campaign that they did last year at some point. This was part of their Wave 1 shipping, I believe. So this just arrived at the house last week, but due to a whole bunch of family things that occurred, I am just now getting to this unboxing. This unboxing is going to include a few things, though, in one big giant video. We are going to have the big massive unboxing of Frosthaven, which I know has been out for quite a while, but we're going to have this. We're going to glance at if as spoiler-ish free as I can, although I know we're not going to be able to avoid them in this one. I am going to be showing off that we did get the removable stickers from this, although the regular stickers are also in here. Also got the book of solo scenarios. This, let's see what else. This very nondescript white box that contains the organizer from Folded Space right here. I should have remembered that from the FS right there. I'm going to place this over here. Also from Folded Space, we do have the much more descriptive box for the map archive right here. And then finally, what I believe is new to this campaign were the play surface books. So we'll glance at these somewhat. I don't know how much of these are going to show off, just because, again, spoilers, all that stuff for those who have not played through the game, such as myself, hence why I bought all this, because I had not played through the game. So let's go ahead and get started here. I am actually going to go ahead and start with the main box, and then toward the end we will take a look at this play surface books once I try to get things moved out of the way. So, as I said, this is the box right here, and I'm trying to be a little careful because this thing is very heavy, and I am using a folding table that has been sitting here for a year and a half while the channel's been going on, and I have noticed this thing has been wobbling a lot more recently. So hopefully this thing doesn't decide to just break in the middle of my video here. But this is what the front of the box looks like, and on the top camera you can see kind of what the side of the box looks like. And I do realize that I have this product catalog from Cephalofair sitting here. Somehow the way it was packed in the box, it was like on the edges, and so it kind of just fell out once I opened it. It was really weird. But this is kind of an example of what the sides look like. All the sides kind of look the same. They're all going to have this artwork on the bottom, and then the artwork of some of the different characters and whatnot on the sides. This thing is like between 35 and 40 pounds, I believe. I think the entire shipping package was like 51 pounds is what it said, with everything on here, kind of giving you an idea of how heavy the play surface books are, because that was like the next heaviest thing after this. But that is what is going to be there, and then we're going to flip this around this way so you can kind of see what the back looks like. Usually I would read the back, but and I guess I will here in a little bit, but this is what the back looks like, and I don't know if you can see it down here, but there is a printing mistake on the box that they addressed in the campaign, where they mentioned that even though this is the second printing, the box for it does say that it is the first printing, and it's right there on the barcode. So that is that. Again, they already technically addressed that in the comments for Frosthaven during the Grand Festival stuff, so not too worried about that. It says, "Welcome to Frosthaven. The only outpost in the unforgiving north is on the brink of destruction. Harried by vicious, mysterious threats on all sides, Frosthaven would need great warriors and leaders to survive the coming winter. Unfortunately, all it has is you. A group of haunted wanderers with nowhere left to go. Can you fight back the invaders and build a thriving community, or will the Frost claim it all?" We've got 138 scenarios plus the solo scenarios over here, 17 playable classes, over 2,500 cards, 64 different enemy types, an evolving map board, 18 detailed plastic miniatures, Apparently, you have to be one to 4 players to play the game, 30 minutes per player, and to survive in the frozen north, you have to be 14 years or older. I don't make up the rules; I just read them poorly. Frosthaven is a cooperative campaign game of tactical combat and branching narratives. In a unique fantasy world, you will take your party of hardened mercenaries through a vast series of scenarios offering deep gameplay without dice against fully automated enemies. Along the way, you will build up the outpost of Frosthaven, protecting its citizens from attacks through a multitude of useful structures. Inevitably, your mercenaries will retire, and you will continue the adventure by selecting new characters from the 17 different classes available. The possibilities of the North are near endless, and it is just waiting to be explored. Chair squeaks a lot. I'm going to go ahead while it's sitting here, and we're going to cut these tape tabs. There's no plastic on this for me to throw at the camera during this unboxing. It's just all this tape on the sides here, and I will try to remove the tape completely once I have done filming this unboxing. And make me do this other side here. Let's see. Alright, so that is going to be all that, and now we will try to gently lay this back down. Hear stuff shifting. Alright, and then on the top camera here, that is a closer look, and again, you can kind of, you got the glare right here from my camera, but you can kind of see how the box looks. We have Frosthaven right here by Isaac Childress. Childress? I guess that's how you say their names. Let's go ahead and open the box up. Once I get this initial shot of the box, though, I do have a chair sitting next to me that I may or may not move the box to while we're unboxing it and put everything out on the table. That way I get the heavy box off of the table. Alright, there you go. It's all the way up there, Frosthaven. Alright, and there is the inside of the box right there. And this box is literally filled to the brim with stuff. So first thing we're going to look at here is the Welcome to Frosthaven booklet right here. It says, stop, read this before you do anything else. There is a significant number of components in the game box, and it's important to make sure they are organized before your first game. This will show you how to organize everything so that you can play as quick as possible. With all that said, once we go through here and I kind of see how everything is in this, and thank goodness for filming, because technically to put everything back in, I can just play this in reverse. But I will be at some point putting together, before we even start playing this, and again, I know we got a few things to do on the channel here, but I do want to get everything done on the organizer, possibly building that. Maybe one night on a live stream, I might just build it on my own. I don't know yet what we're doing with that, but that is an idea. Let's see. So, beneath this guide, you will find 4 books, 5 sticker sheets, a pad of campaign sheets, and a map board. Do not break the seal of the puzzle book or look too closely at the sticker sheets until instructed to do so. So probably won't do the vinyl stickers if that is the case. Next to these, you will find 2 trays with lids. Remove the smaller token tray from the larger tile tray and set them to the side. So let's glance here. Let's take out these. Let's take out the books first. We'll go with that. So this is, these are textbooks. Let me see this. Put that there, and then let's go ahead and grab the trays here. So I've got this big tray right here, and this has a lid on it. Right there, with another tray. So that is the tray that this tray was in. And you can see this one has different tokens and stuff like that for the different monsters and everything there. And then this has whatever this is going to hold here. So place that back in there and move this off to the side. Like I said, I might move this because I'm noticing already on top camera that I don't have any room to even show anything as I'm taking stuff out. So let me go ahead and get that moved, and then we will take a look at these books and stuff. All right, so we got the trays right here. I'm gonna move them off to the side over here for right now and take a look at first the rule book. This is a pretty beefy rule book right here. This is how many pages? 83, 84 if you count the cover. Yeah, because they're counting the cover as page 1, so 84 counting the cover. So that is a lot of pages right here. I'm not going to necessarily go through all this right now. This will be homework for later as I learn to play this game at some point, but there is our rule book. Normally I would kind of go through the little different sections of this, but this is, like I said, 80 plus pages, so I'm not going to necessarily do that right now because I don't want to bore you guys. So we're going to place that right there. The next thing we have is, I'm assuming, the puzzle book. Yeah, this is the puzzle book. It is sealed. It does have a little picture over here of a lock, but then you can kind of tell that there's a sticker going around to the back of the book. So we're not going to touch this right now. We do have these two books right here. We've got our scenario book and our section book. The scenario book, again, I'm assuming is where all the scenarios are going to be coming from, because that's just how that goes. Let's see, in addition to the scenario book, the section book will also have be important for playing through a scenario. Anytime you see the section book icon, read the specified section in the section book. The number before the period is a specific page number, and the number after the period is a specific section of that page. And there is down there an example of kind of what they're talking about right here, whereas right here is the icon, and you go into that section. So again, not going to necessarily go through these too much. Glancing here, this is basically how the first scenario is laid out. Scenario goals, the introduction to it, special rules, section links for more in-depth guide on how to play each class. It does tell you in the section book, because it does have the symbol right here, Go to page 197.1. When door 1 is open, read 2.1. So that's how it goes. It does tell you how to lay out the map in regards to the tiles, which are going to be in here at some point, and then they have the map and the key and all of that. And then Town in Flames and whatever this scenario that here is, and we're not going to spoil any more because it's just going to be more of the same as far as how it is laid out and all that stuff. The section book right here is kind of the same. Like I said, 2.1 right here, Howling in the Snow. Let's see, there's how that goes, and it tells you Howling in the Snow. Yeah, so that is what that is going to do now. So we can kind of see it does additional layout stuff, different things, and concluding all that stuff. So we won't read any more into that because, again, we are trying to stay away from spoilers. So we're going to put that one there. This goes in here. I'm kind of doing it this way so that way I can kind of remember how it went into the box. And so we're going to put all that right there. Let's see. Next, you'll find these two trays with lids. Remove the smaller. Okay, so remove the, beneath these, you'll find an alchemy chart and 5 scenario flow charts, which you can set aside for now. Next, you'll find a stack of 27 punch boards, which you can now remove and start punching. Not going to do that on camera. As you remove various cardboard components from the punch boards, sort and store them as described on the next page. So let's take a look at, we had a couple other things before that though. Alright, we've got the campaign sheets right here. So that is what that looks like right there. So we've got, let's see, campaign sheets, summer to winter. Again, without going through the rules, haven't figured out what all this is. Party name, Frosthaven supply, morale, town guard perks, and again, there's a ton of stuff already even like right here. I don't know if you can see it too well on the camera, but there's a ton of stuff on there that has you already looking in the section book. So that's, like I said, that book looks like it's going to be invaluable for this. Let's see, stuff under retired characters, and they do give you a few of these sheets. I would assume, how many did they give you? They give you 5 of these sheets. So I'm assuming if you need them, you can probably go to the Cephalofair website and download more. So we'll put that right there. Next thing in here is going to be our map board. I will open up the map board. This is where spoilers are going to come in, so that way we can take a look at that, because again, it's not like other campaigns where the maps are in envelopes telling you not to open them or anything like that. I mean, it does just say, let's see, do not break the seal on the puzzle book or look too closely at the sticker sheets until instructed to do so. So this is going to be the northern coast and outpost of Frosthaven right here. This map looks amazing. I like it a lot. There is a lot of detail even here. So this is the Frosthaven side, which again, there's a bunch of numbers listed on here. There's a bunch of letters listed on here, and I know, again, we just read it from the back of the box, that there's going to be like different stuff you're going to be building and building up in the scenarios and whatnot, and different things you're going to be doing. Like we have a mining camp right here. We have a wall with a bunch of various stats. Wall, barracks right over here. I'm assuming that the sticker sheets are going to have stickers to put on this part of it. So as far as like buildings and stuff like that, as you're like building up, because these are like empty lots in here, I can already tell, like, you know, you're going to be doing something with them. But again, we're not going to look too closely at the sticker sheet. We also have our silica gel over there, so I'm not going to worry about that. What else do we have here? I think these are, yeah, these are the sticker sheets. So we've got this one here, this one here. So we'll put those like that. Enhancement stickers with the different symbols on them. Let's see, campaign stickers. Looks like different buildings and whatnot, which we won't, again, get into too much. Let's see. Again, not sure how these would go on, but like, I'll just go ahead and do one of them. There is an example of a sticker sheet right there. So again, not going to go too much into all this stuff because I don't want to spoil things for myself as well as anybody who is necessarily watching all this. So we're going to put all these things like that off to the side, and I don't know what this is. This is the alchemy chart. That's what this is. So this is some kind of alchemy chart. Yep. So it does have punch boards on it. That is what that initial side that I saw it look like, and then this is what the other side here looks like. And you can't really tell, but it looks like there's some etching in here where it looks like you can punch out. You can see it a little bit. You can basically punch out something on here for whatever purpose that you would need to do that for. So place that right there. And then it is the scenario flowcharts, which, again, I don't have context. So there is this right here. So yeah, let's see. Icon key, scenario checkbox, number and name, scenario chain color. So there's that. Connect to scenario only. Yeah, so there's quite a few things in here that, again, I'm not going to take necessarily the time to read and go through because we'll be here forever from going through all this. How many of these are there, though? 5 scenario flow charts. And again, the other side does like look like this on there, and the other ones are different here. So I mean, if you got like whatever that is right here, but then you got these things like punch out like like an advent calendar. Is that what that is? Because these are double-sided, right? Or double thick, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, because you can't see whatever that etching is. You don't see it over on this side. It's only on this side. So we'll see how that goes. So as you can settle this aside for right now, which we will do right here. I will go ahead and put the map away, though it does look beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. Next, we are going to see 27 different, oh my gosh, punch boards. What have I gotten myself into? Alright, so these are the punch boards. Right here. These punch boards are going to have different things. They are thankfully labeled. They are going to have the different hexes on them for quite a few different things. These aren't too thin. That's, I don't know if you can tell the thickness on that. I don't really have a thing to compare it with, but these are going to be different tiles and tokens for quite a few different things. And we have logs here. Looks like rubble here. These, I believe, that hit point counters. These are the different condition things here. Different things with the elements right here. All the different things are labeled, like right here. Like these are 10-A's, 1-C, 1-A. They are different on the other side as well, so they do have an A side and a B side, and they are all marked here as to which one they go to. And I do like, I didn't grab it that way, but I do like how it has the notch right there, so you can try to grab these up. So there is that. Don't punch out yet. Don't punch out yet. So more of the same stuff on this side. This is basically the same punching over here as it is over there, but you can kind of tell as I'm going through here. And because these are so large, I don't necessarily need to put them up to the camera. You can kind of see how they look. This is like a cave situation here. Got whatever these icons are. This looks like a pit of some sort. Jagged rocks here. Barricades or walls looking right there. Is that what that is? Yeah, kind of some kind of walls. We've got barrels. We've got blocks right here. So that's what that kind of stuff looks like. And again, some more of the same icons on each side. So that way, I'm assuming if you're inside of like a tavern or something like that, you have tiles for that. Let's see, these are the different ones. What are we on? 6 here. Longer hallways now. It's either lava or something else. Looks like piping right here. Let's see. Let's go that way. More hallway pieces here. And then they're trying to escape. The pieces are trying to escape. We're not going to let them know. There's a curved hallway right there. I saw that in one of the first scenarios we glanced at. Got some ladders over here. So these are all pretty cool. I don't know if I want to go through each and every one of them, but there is a ton of them to go through. So, because even the ones I have here are not all of them. More curved hallways. I'm assuming ice of some sort, because we are in the frost. We got a V-shaped one here. You got like possibly both things going to here, or vice versa. Different labels for the different monsters and creatures right there. So I'm assuming that's for like the initiative boards and stuff like that, or some kind of showing of initiative. Let's see. And then once we get there, we finally get into actual creatures. There, we've got these numbers here and letters here, which are probably just correspondence stuff there. And then we've got more monsters, more interesting rooms there. So that is up to number 14. It was up to 27, I believe. So this is going to be the rest of it. This board's a little bent, but thankfully it did not bend the actual tile underneath. So again, more rooms. Screaming polar bear right there. You stay in your stuff. So we got more of these things. Ton more stuff there. Looks like some broken ice right here in that room. More labels right there. And let's see, more creatures, more screaming polar bears. More screaming polar bears. Right there, we got a T intersection. Right here. How many screaming polar bears do we need? Oh my gosh, there he goes. Let's see. Another curved hallway there. I love the artwork on all this, even like the actual like map tile artwork, the creature artwork. This all looks pretty cool. Right here. Trying to glance at all of it while I go, but that's not going to happen. Let's see. Am I missing something? Alright, next page it wanted me to put the stuff in there. So this is going to have me go, farther into creating map tiles, filling up those punch boards right there, and then kind of going through the rest of the things and stuff, which we're getting into like the other stuff, guys. So don't worry if you've stayed through this long. I appreciate ya. Let's see. There's those tiles. Wow, you're falling out again. Right there. Let's see. There's that. Right there. And there's all this right here. Now, this does go to just like 14, 9, 15 right there. So it's not like these were in any kind of order right here. But let's see. This is going to be, like I said, all of the tiles and everything for the game. All the like tokens, tiles, figures, all of that. Before we get further into this, though, I do want to kind of show off one of the first things that I get, which is the map archive. I am pretty sure that what the purpose of the map archive was, and let me see if I can get this out simply, because I was just trying to get it out earlier and it was giving me a hard time. Alright, there is that. So we'll place that over there. So this is the map archive right there, and its whole purpose is to hold those tiles. So it has space in there for all of the tiles. They are all labeled 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5, so on and so forth until you get to 16. So yes, I am assuming based on the numbers on the bottom, on the end of all the tiles, that you would find places in here to put all that stuff, and then this goes somewhere else. This is made by Folded Space because I believe, looking at the pictures and whatnot, that once you build and put and do all the Folded Space organizers, this these map tiles won't fit into the box anymore, and I think this is supposed to be the extra solution for that. So we're going to place that over there. We're not going to look at this one just yet, but we will get there soon. I'm kind of getting all over the place here with this, so we're going to put this back over there and then continue looking inside the box. I'm going to go ahead and pull the box up here because it's not as heavy with all the cardboard in there. Now I can actually show off like the side artwork of this box. Look at that. All this nice artwork inside the box that people don't pay attention to. So this is what the inside of the box looks like here. More gel. There's that. And so we are now getting into the fact that these are all 17 of our class envelopes. We're going to have other things in here. Are you going to tell me what else is in here, you cheeky little getting started book? It says here you'll find large and small tuck boxes for all 17 character classes. F. Each tuck box is labeled with the corresponding class icon, and the class has 2 small tuck boxes. whatever that class is. Only 6 of these classes are available at the start of the campaign. Do not open any sealed large tuck boxes or any of the corresponding small tuck boxes, which are all 4 classes that must be unlocked during the campaign. There are 2 card trays for cards that do not belong to specific classes. As you unwrap these cards, sort and store them as described on the next page. So that's basically right there what I'm reading. This whole paragraph over here, I haven't gotten over to here yet. So we're going to place you over there now as I move you here. So again, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 17 classes there. There is so many cards here. I don't necessarily want to open them all right now for a couple reasons. One, I don't want to spoil anything that might be on them, and then 2, there's just a lot of stuff to take a look at during this unboxing. I've already been filming for about 40 minutes or so. I think I did 2 intros, so we'll be cutting those out. Let's see, these are all sealed, but this is an example of, again, a tuck box here and the seal on the back. Can we look at any of these though? It says there's 6 and I started from the other end, so yeah, so I started on the wrong end. So we're gonna place you guys back in here. And we're just gonna grab this one because this one did not have anything in there. So I guess we will look at a character right now. And again, because I am dumb, I do not know what this character is. So this is the Inox Drifter. So there are boards right here or whatnot here for that character right there. And then we're going to be careful about taking stuff out here. There is, ooh, looks pretty cool. There is a character board for him. And then the other side right there, going over a little bit of the backstory of that character. And then the things it does right there. It has these 2 decks of cards here. Looks like modifier cards and other stuff there. And then these are going to be the ability cards right here because they just got initiative, what the cards do here. Are these double-sided? Yep, these are top and bottom. So just like in Buttons and Bugs. So that is what that's going to look like there. And then it does have an icon, or not an icon, it does have a standee there for it. I'm assuming an initiative tracker for that, and then whatever tokens it needs. And that is what's in that box right there. So again, I'm not going to go too far into each of these classes. And as you see, I'm not even like reading through it necessarily. I'm kind of just showing it off and kind of saying like, this is the stuff that's in this box. And again, not going through all of them, but just trying to give an idea of how these are organized. And then again, you have your own little tuck box, and even as you go through the game, get items and other stuff, you're going to load your stuff into your box and not basically throw it back with everything else. And this box is now fighting with me. It's like, I'm open. I don't want to be put back in. You can't put me back in there. You can't. Go in there. There it goes. That was stupid. It is late for me. These are all of our standees right here. We've got blue, yellow, white, and red. I don't know who is who. Let's see. You. Monsters at cards. Nope, doesn't say what is what. Which one is which color, what goes with what. Normally, was it white is regular, yellow is elite. I don't know what blue is, and I'm assuming there's what, 3 reds in here? Just 3 reds. 3 reds, maybe 4th red. Nope, just 3 reds. So again, I'm not sure standee wise what you're supposed to do for the what you're supposed to do for the characters, but again, they're supposed to have models. So there is that. Let's see what else we have. We have bags. We have tons of bags that may or may not be used depending on what we decide to do. Looks like we're going to have in here a whole bunch of dividers, or what's going to be in this bag right here. Again, not going to go through that too much. I think this is... no, this can't be its own tray. Take a look here. So this again, this is probably the biggest brick of shrink wrapped cards, shipped shrink wrap cards that I have ever seen in my life. Those are items over there, and big old sword right there, and again has a 192 on there. So again, I don't want to open these up. I'm fine with just kind of like showing them off a little bit while we're sitting here. These are going to be, well, let's go ahead and look at that. These are going to go ahead and be boss cards in this brick. And what the boss does, or what the creature does, so this is Chilling Breath, with, I'm assuming, an initiative 14. Let's see, -1 to movement. There he goes. Hit +0, and there's that. So I don't know what all those stats mean. I mean, I do, but I'm not sure the context of this particular creature, because it looks like there's a lot of penalties and stuff like that. I don't know if they're inflicting that onto somebody else or what they are doing. That one gets to retaliate at range 2 when they use a ice element. So there is that. Again, never seen stuff packed in that way. We do have some smaller packages right here, though. Let's see, these size are road cards right here. You know what, let me actually, before I continue on with this, because this isn't going to let me, actually, hold on. Yeah, these are different event cards. That's what these are. So we've got, looks like summer road events right here in this packaging right here. We've got winter road events right here. And then looks like we've got summer outpost events. And then we are going to have winter outpost events. So it looks like we're going to be going through the seasons with that one. So there is that. And then what else do we have here? Again, these are all modifiers. I'm not going to open up modifiers. They just look like that. They look like that. They look the same, from my recollection, as the Jaws of the Lion ones. So again, modifier, modifier, right there. Not going to go too much into modifier decks right there. Again, trying not to open a bunch of these things. I'm going to be organizing these things later. I don't want it to be flipping around because I don't know when I'm going to be getting to that organization. Let's see, what are these? These are challenges. So you can tell the challenge right there. And then the challenge card right there. This one is armor testing. Whenever any character suffers damage from an attack that is not reduced by the defense or shield symbol they get pushed to is added to the attack. So there is that one right there. And then what are you? You are brick wall, so you are battle goals. There is brick wall card right there, and the end of it is, what does it say? Accountant, have 0 cards in your hand each time you rest. So there is that. These were town guard cards. Yeah, these are the specifically the cards for the town guard. So there's that one. And then what else do we have in here? This is openable. These are random scenarios, though. So looks like it's already been opened, or at least that's how it's been. Whatever. So again, there is this card right here, and then you open up and it has a letter, and then right down here that goes to the section book. So in this case it's 142-4. So that is pretty cool. I do find it funny that these cards are in a package that can be resealed, whereas every other little card in this game is in a package that can't be resealed. So there is that. Right here, what are you? Oh, these are loot cards. So that is one side of the loot card right there. You guys are getting a full shot of my camera up at the top. But these are the loot cards right here. And then there's an example of a loot right there. And again, well, they think these cards are just numbered down here. Are all the cards numbered as to what card they are? Yeah, 672, 780. Yeah, so all the cards are actually numbered, so you can actually, if you wanted to, put them back in number order. There is that. So again, I apologize for anyone who might be getting upset with me that I'm not actually opening up the cards and going through them, but just because of the kind of cards they are and because of the nature of the game, I didn't want to necessarily spoil something that, again, or take something out of context necessarily with that. Oh look, another packet of cards that is not sealed. Random item blueprints. Let's see. That is a, let's go with a lower numbered card, number 51. So this is the random item blueprints card, and there is an example of what it looks like over there. It says, during your turn, perform a wound to yourself with the spiked collar. That was a little morbid right there. Yeah, that was a little bit. Whew. All right, so there is an example of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and place that there. Let's see, that is everything in this tray that is not those things. So I'll place that right there. We do have our damage counters, which are the same things as the I don't know if these are in regular Gloomhaven. These are the ones from Jaws of the Lion, and then I'm assuming these will be in 2nd edition Gloomhaven there, so I'll put that there because we don't need to necessarily go through those. If you can see in here, since we took out that tray, do have again all those original tuck boxes. We do have all of these tuck boxes right here. There's a couple that are larger size. Again, I believe these are, and none of them, yeah, because you got one of them that's 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. I'll take those out for right now. I'm not going to open them. None of these though are none of them are what am I trying to say? None of them have a quote-unquote seal around them saying that I can't open them whenever. So this is the one that's like 1 of 2 and 2 of 2 right here. The reason I bring up, and then like I said, this is a bigger version of the box. The reason I bring up the whole sealing them is because of the fact that I know in Jaws of the Lion, the ones that you get later, that you unlock later, have a seal on them, very similar to the fact that the tuck boxes with character information have seals. For some reason, the characters themselves do not, which is interesting to me. Now, again, unlike in the last video we did, I'm not going to take out every single figure, but this is an example of the Frosthaven figures right there. So that is pretty nice. These are actually pretty well detailed right here. They are a little bit bigger than like a traditional D&D figure. The base is probably the same, like 1-inch base. And I do appreciate the fact that they put on the bottom the symbol for the class that you're working with. So that is pretty cool. But yeah, these are actually pretty nice figures. Again, only doing one. I know people are probably like, oh my gosh, you're doing an unboxing. Why don't you do all of them? Because I want to be somewhat surprised when I'm going through all this and don't want to necessarily make... I won't have room for anything else. I do have a small table space here. Let's see. And I'm also not sure. Let's look at a bigger one here as well, because it's from the first 6 right here, so I think I'm fine as far as taking this out. And this one is plastic, holding it together. That is nice. So here is this character with his little bird and everything right there. So I like it a lot. I like these figures. They did a very, how do you go back on? They did a very good job of sculpting all these and everything. I will probably at some point go through the initial 6 at least, make sure everything is fine with those. Let's look at another one. I can go through the original, like the initial 4 characters, 4 or 6 characters, whichever ones they are. This one's super small. This one's tiny. And that was my dog barking, scaring the crap out of me. There's that one right there, little tiny one right there, or at least shorter than the others. So that is pretty cool. What else do we got here? Let's see, so I've seen that one. Let's go for you. Right here. There's that one. So that's pretty cool. Again, all these sculpts, just like kind of, even though I'm kind of quickly glancing at them, trying to get through all of this, I definitely, like, they did a very good job on all of the sculpts, so there is that. Now, going back into cards and whatnot, I do like how they have set up these cards, as far as, like, using the, let's see, using these envelopes to be able to show damage and whatnot. They do have some ones that are a little bit different than Jaws of the Lion, so I appreciate that. So there is your envelope right there. There's an example of a card right here, and if you're placing that there, it shows, I know this probably doesn't go with that one, but it kind of shows like health stats, all of that stuff right there. And then on the back apparently are different ones that it looks like they are straight across, and you would put it in this envelope to where, I'm going to flip it over, but in the envelope it would only basically be showing this. I guess that's how that goes. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but yeah, the normal, like, this envelope right here, it would just cover up. It would make sense to put it in that one. So I'm assuming that this goes in here, and even this notch right here matches this notch right here, so that looks like it would hold there. But again, you're gonna see this when you're doing it. So, and then it's showing something with damage over here. So that looks pretty cool. I like how they adjusted that one. So I like it a lot. Let's do that. So, but again, this is a big giant thing of unopened cards, so I'm not going to go through it. Again, it's resealable cards. I don't have any problem with going back through those, but non-resealable card packs, not necessarily going to touch those. So, what do we got here? This is cards we can't open, random rooms, and random setups. So that is what those cards look like right there. And then that's a random setup right there. That is tracks. Minor at the start of their turns. Monsters in this room add +1 movement to each of their move abilities. Major monsters add +1 movement and jump to all their move abilities. So again, there is an example of what that looks like. This looks like a buttons and bugs card because of how small it is and everything's laid out, so, or numbered. So there's that. Let's see. These are all, let's see, these are personal quests right here. So I'm not going to open these, even though it can be opened. But there is personal quest right there. I like how it's like an ink and pen right there. And then the study of plants. Plants are definitely more interesting than people. There are so many varieties. Personally collect 5 different types of herbs through loot tokens. So let's see, and your reward is open 24, alt is 42. So again, not sure the context of that. I'm sure something will tell me in the book what that context is. And then we've got this really shoddy plastic casing holding the rules reference cards, plural. So, and there's that. So these are the first cards that I'm looking at that look like they're kind of like bent, but I think if you kind of saw, this was like kind of crinkled up a little bit, so I'm not sure what happened with that. But there is your symbols right there for regenerate, ward, invisible, strength, and bless, and then the push, pull, pierce, shield, and retaliate right there. And then on the other side, you got the player reference for wound, brittle, bane, poison, immobilize, disarm, impair, stun, muddle, and curse right there. So we're going to put that back in its plastic home. And then finally, what are these cards? Right here. Buildings. Okay. Buildings right here. And, oh, I think I finally figured out what I was meaning by the rewards. Let's see. Let's see here. 98, 98, 35. Whole bunch of numbers that make no sense. So there's barracks right there. And there's that version of it right there. Again, trying to think. This is not nighttime, not moon time, and then moon time. Moon, and then there's a sun up at the top. Again, haven't played through the game, so I don't understand fully what I'm looking at 100%. Again, you guys saw that rule book, so there's no way during this unboxing, looking at this kind of fresh, that I'm going to have any idea what half the stuff is. So there's that. We looked at the study of plants. Last thing that's in here that is not miniatures that we haven't looked through is going to be these envelopes. I did apparently just grab envelope number 21. Is there an envelope 1? Nope, envelope B. That is pretty thick. Envelope B, it's a thick one with that right there. No idea, again, what these are for. Let's see, envelope 90, 88, 85, 83, 81, 74, 72, 67, 65, 44, 42, hike. Yeah, again, not sure what those are for. Building envelopes, W. You'll find 17 sealed building envelopes, which are for buildings that must be unlocked during the campaign. Do not open these envelopes. I don't want to open these envelopes. I bought you. I can't open you. No, so we're not going to open these up context-wise, although B looks like it's about ready to burst open. A, not so much. All the other ones, not so much. So, put these back. Oh, do we want to put these back in the box? Is there anything else in here? I think we're done. Yeah, that's just cardboard at the end. So, I think we are done with the main box. If I am looking at all that correctly. Let's see. You guys were in there like that, like so. Maybe so. I don't know. I have to rewind it. So that is everything in the main box right there. Will you still close if I put you in? Nope. So there, that went in there some other way. All right. So that is everything there in the main box. What else do we want to look at that is not main box here? So we're going to close you up. Let's go ahead. I'm going to put that right there as far over as I can on the table. Let's see. Down here is where I kept that. We do have the solo scenarios. So it says this book contains solo scenarios for the 17 classes and Frosthaven scenarios that can be played using only the corresponding class. These scenarios have no scenario numbers, locations, or stickers to go on the map. You should not encounter a road event before playing them or perform an outpost phase after playing them. All characters attempting these scenarios must be at least level 5 and match the icon of the scenario. These scenarios are harder than normal scenarios, and they are designed to test your skill and knowledge of the classes. Recommend that you study the scenario before playing and choose your ability cards, items, and perks carefully. The reward for each scenario is an item that is exclusive to the scenario's class. When you gain them, you don't want it. If you don't want it, you may gain one perk mark instead. These items cannot be sold, and when a character with one of these items retires, the item goes back into the unavailable item supply. Each character may complete their solo scenario and earn the reward once and only once, regardless of whether a character of the same class completed it previously. So there is following pages, can go to the place. There is that. How do you open you? Like thusly. Alright, so there's that. We've got our, looks like our item cards right here. And our solo scenarios. Let me look at it a little bit off camera here. So, yeah, so this is basically just a solo scenario for each of the different characters. We're going to get to stuff here, but again, it is just a scenario that is for if you're playing that first character we looked at right here, Wonder of Nature. There it is right there. Race Against the Clock. There is the one for that character, which that one does go to page 2. Again, each page is just one scenario. It looks like for each class that basically that character is going, so it's not like a little mini solo campaign. It's here's this one thing here, and then we do have a resealable bag, Wanderers Club, Recalibration, Trigger, Spear of Justice, Soul Urn, Black Earth Codex, Mask of Duality, the Astral Blade. Astral Blade looks pretty cool. Now it doesn't say here. I'm assuming it's on the scenario of what you would get. So there's an example of that right there. Let's see. Sonora Shard. Apparently some camouflage. Skull of Agony. Look at that Skull of Agony. I'm going to cover that one up. But there's the Skull of Agony artwork. That looks pretty cool. Pretty cool right there. So, but yeah, those are the solo scenario cards, things that you get from specifically the solo scenarios. So that'll be pretty good to kind of go through those as well and have basically another thing to do outside of the main box right there. I think, let's see, what else is there before we get into the last part of this, which is going to be the play surface books. I did want to glance at this here from Folded Space. So these are the Folded Space inserts. We've got a couple of pages here of directions on how to put those together. Apparently we have some kind of dividers in here that are necessary. And then let's see, again we've got these here. I like how they have that like cool wooden texture on some of these. That is pretty cool. We're not going to get too much into these because again, this is just pre-cut foam that no one needs to pay attention to. Again, if I do anything with this on camera, it will be basically a live stream where I'm kind of where I'm talking to you guys or something, answering questions and everything while I'm just building something while I'm basically doing an arts and crafts project for the night. So let's see, we're gonna grab you, and I don't see anywhere, just so people are curious if you are wondering, I don't see anywhere on my box really, at least on, I mean I see like the stuff folded together and was put together on the inside, but I don't see anywhere on the outside where there's any like breaks in the box or anything like that, where that would make me think that something was wrong with the box or that it came damaged. I do know a couple people on the Backer Kit page mentioned something about damage to their stuff, but I didn't have any damage to my box, so I am very thankful that that is so. Again, once I start opening up all these, we'll see how many of them are potentially warped, but it looks like everything is fine right now, so hoping for good stuff with that. If anything changes with that, I might do a short or something like that to go over that, but I am saying all that to basically get over here to this right here, which I know a lot of people are probably looking forward to as the play service book. I know these are like big thing, especially after looking through Jaws of the Lion and having the play service books for that. I know these are these are one of the big things from the campaign, and for some reason they're not doing it from Gloomhaven 2nd Edition. No idea why. So, all right, let's go ahead. Let me find my knife and get that open. All right, let's go ahead and cut this one. This finally gives us the plastic with which to throw at camera. So this will be pretty cool. And I'm actually curious, just because of the size of the box, I'm actually curious as to how big these books are. I can never tell if it was like 2 and 2 next to each other, if it was all 4 stacked upon each other. Who knows? So let's take a look at this right here. And they are all on top of each other. So these are going to be big, compared to my head, big, massive scenario books. So play surface book A, and they look like they are color coded. B, C, and D. I mean, that is, it actually comes out a little bit more on the camera, depending on how I hold it. So that is definitely like a bluish purple. This is more of a reddish purple here. This is a green color. And the final book is like a yellowy color right here. There is a difference. You can't really tell on my camera. Maybe you can. That is, I can tell in real life better, but that is definitely 2 different colors. So they did try to do a little bit of color differentiation, and then we got this mud here. So let me put this off to the side here. Let's go into book A right here and see. Let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and build this scenario so we can kind of see what this looks like. So we're going to do this layout here. So scenario book A01. Place that there. Then I need scenario book, let's see, C. And we're going to go to C09. I think that's what that is showing me. Let's see. Yep, I think that is what we're doing there. And then that goes, yeah, that goes right there like that. So yeah, so that actually points right there. C09 right here connects to A01 down here, and they're kind of pointing at each other, so that is pretty nice. And then finally for B, we've got B02. So again, this is the first, that'd be a 1. Oh, went too far. B02, yep, there we go. So, let's see, there's that, and then this goes right here. So, yeah, there is that scenario right there built before your eyes. So that means that when I'm playing right here, now I can't see any of that over there because of glare and whatnot with the way there's literally like a light like right a foot above it and like 6 inches away from it. So so there is that right there, but that is pretty cool. It gives you the let's see, it gives you this room right here, here, and the edge of the room right there, and I think these are 2 separate tiles, but I think it's cool because of the fact that I don't know how, because I don't have it in front of me anymore, I don't know how the tiles themselves are, but I don't know if it kind of like does this like blending right here with that or not, or how that looks. So, but with this, I've got the scenario, I've got the introduction, I've got my special rules right here, my map layout, scenario, key. I don't need to put any hazards or anything down because I already got the hazards and everything down here. I've got my indicator for creatures, which looks like ice wolves of some sort, at 2, 3, and 4 player. I believe that's how those indicators go right there. Stuff for the door that would go here, and let's see, difficult terrain, obstacle there. It looks like some chest that has a number 47 on it. In-depth class guides over there. So for drifter, bone shaper, blink blade. I'm not going to read all those because they're way too. I should be wearing glasses. I'm not. So if I ever start wearing glasses, this is the end. Yeah, it'll be the day. But we got the conclusion right here and what rewards we should get. So that's pretty cool that we've got these on here. Let's see. Let's see. Do I have any? Let's see. All those are A. I'm just glancing real quick. I mean, it's probably gonna be something bigger toward this side of it. I was trying to see, well, there's something that finally uses D right there, but I was just looking to see if there's any scenario that would have all 4 books out. But this is pretty cool. This would be pretty cool too if I had a bigger table for one, but we might have to adjust things when we do eventually get around to playing this and using these books. And then, like I said, we might show off both scenarios when we do that with the regular tiles, as well as probably showing off these play surface books, especially without looking over at the other corner, depending how some of them are. Some of them are really just going to use 2 of the books. I've already seen that in there. Like the next one over here has 2 of them next to each other, and then the B book is like over here randomly. Let's see here. Same thing, these are kind of a little more closer together, not as spread out. They're kind of like on top of each other here. And again, I'm actually off of my table over here because I'm like right here. I've got another from here, right there. I've got another like 2.5 inches of book going that way. So, but yeah, this is pretty cool looking. And even like the books are offset right here, the way they look and everything. So, yeah, that is, or how the scenarios go. This is for a different scenario, though. I can already tell how that goes. Yeah, C44 is over here, B is over there. So, yeah, that is pretty cool looking. I can just go through these books all day and ruin every surprise ever, but I'm not reading anything. I'm just looking at cool maps. So, yeah, that is everything for Frosthaven from the Gloomhaven Grand Festival. If you did enjoy this one or anything you would like me to look more into, I don't mind doing like a quick short showing something off or anything like that. Let me know down below in the comments section there, as I try to close books nonchalantly while doing my outro and not being able to think at all about what I'm actually saying. So make sure to comment down below with anything on there. Again, I didn't go through, for a couple of reasons, I didn't go through a lot of the like Frosthaven proper stuff as far as like opening up all these card packs, partially because I don't want to spoil a bunch of things and go through a bunch of cards. I do know that there was some glare from the top with them still being in the plastic, but again, I do want to organize these properly with the folded space organizers, so I didn't want to take out a bunch of stuff before I'm ready to do that. Also, I know there's a lot of other Frosthaven unboxings out there from years past that I don't really necessarily need to go through some of these things, and I also know a lot of people, I mean, it took us about an hour to get there, but I know a lot of people were really interested in the Play Surface books, so I don't mind going through these a little bit more than that was all me. But I mean, look how big these books are. These are giant. These are probably about twice the size of, yeah, because I think this, if you cut it in half, is the size of the two Jaws of the Lion books. Maybe a little bit smaller, or maybe they're a little bit bigger. But yeah, that is pretty nice. I love these books. Like the quality of all this. This so far, again, I haven't opened up all the books yet, but the quality on all this stuff that I did open is pretty cool. I like it a lot. Even I was kind of even noticing like some of these cardboards. I was like, are these a little too thin? But then I realized that once I start opening them up, when I was popping them out and everything, that they are pretty fine. So I'm happy with everything that's on here. And again, I will probably start unpacking these stuff at a later time, getting stuff organized. So, and if I do that, it'll probably be during some kind of like live stream, just hang out one night, and just getting that stuff done, answering your guys' questions. So if you'd be interested in that, let me know down below in the comments. What else? That should be it. So thank you guys for watching this unboxing. If you did enjoy it, hit the notification bell down below, so that way I know that you guys are enjoying the content. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. That'd be great. Like subscribing. It's always good. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and again, comment down below with any other things about this, or let me know if you guys are interested in seeing us do some gameplay, or going through doing like a regular campaign scenario series on Frosthaven. Let me know that as well. With all that said, I've been Eric. This has been Rockshire Gaming. Thank you for joining me on this very late night unboxing for me. And as always, have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.